Now you are going to learn the first C program. Let's see. First topic in this is structure of C program. Before looking into the structure of a C program, let's see how to write the program. So let's see first program. So you can see here there is a int main. Don't worry, I'll explain all this. And we have a int main and this function, and then we have a curly braces, opening curly brace and a closing curly brace, right? So this is the first step you need to write always. So int is the keyword and main is the function. Okay, remember this. Int is the keyword, main is the function, and this block indicates, basically this curly braces indicates it's a kind of block. Okay, so all the statements will be present here one after the other. Means first statement will be executed, followed by second statement will be executed, next third statement will be executed, likewise. So program execution follows the order of the statements. Okay, order of the statements that you remember now. So what is the main function here? What is the main function here? This main function, basically it is a beginning of the program. Your execution starts from here always. So whatever the program, whatever you write in that program, so always execution starts from this function. So basically in C language, everything is dealt with a function. What is a function? Basically you can think of this function as a subtask. So this is a subtask. So program is a complete task. You can assume for now. There is a different meaning when you grow to the software level and all. So as of now, you assume program is a complete task, function is a subtask, right? So each function performs a task given. And likewise, main is a main function. So always main function is what? So this is what we are intended to do. It is performing. So rest all sub functions, they will do sub other function. I'll tell you that in a minute, right? So this is about main function. So main function means what? Always should follow the same structure. So there should be int, there should be main, and also this function, whenever there is a open brace and close brace, so this we call it as a function for any name, some name here. And when name followed by open brace, close brace is there, means this is a function. Okay, remember this, right? So now this should be opening curly brace and also closing curly brace, that you remember for now. Now what did I say? This main indicates the beginning of the execution. Execution starts from here, right? So next part is first statement here. I am trying to print hello world. So this printf is the function, as I said, you can see here, opening brace and closing brace, right? So within this opening brace and closing brace, there are two double quote symbols, beginning opening double quote and closing double quote. Within these double quotes, whatever you write, that will be displayed on the console. We call it as console, means output area. So this will be displayed on the console. So this you have to follow strictly format. So printf keyword you need to use, opening brace you need to use, and closing brace you need to use, and also this double quotes you need to use, right? And further you need to also remember this, every statement, unless it is mentioned, every statement should end with a semicolon. Otherwise compiler will give you syntax errors. As I said, syntax, earlier I mentioned what is the meaning of syntax is. So it should follow this format only. Always printf should be there, always opening brace should be there whenever you use a printf, and always closing brace should be there, and always semicolon should be there, always double quote should be there whenever you use a printf. And whatever you want to use, print this, display, that you can type here. Okay, this is been displayed on the console window. I'll explain with the demo also. Now understand what it means, right? So printf is the function that is used to print the output to a console. So I'll explain that also with the demo now. Now this is I am trying to understand what are the things inside a program, right? So next is what? There is a preprocessor directive, we call it as preprocessor directive hash include stdio.h. So this hash should be there, include should be there, this less than symbol should be there, greater than symbol should be there, and this file name directive, this is we call it as a header file. stdio.h means it is a standard input output header preprocessor directive header file, and this brings all the input output functions. I am saying all the input output functions that are present to the main program, this complete current program. Whatever we are writing here, that program we are writing now. So whatever the built-in functions are there in C, built-in input output functions only, those functions are brought here. Why? Because now you see here, printf is a output function. Printf is a output function. And output function means what? Using this function, I can print this hello world in the command prompt, right? So now that is what that functionality, how it should work, its functionality is included in the stdio.h. Don't worry, I'll explain in detail when you are moving to further programs. Now for now, this you have to include before you're writing the program. So this we call it as a standard input output library. This we call it as a preprocessor directive, right? And this should be included before main. Before main function, you need to include this directive. So then we have a return 0. So return 0 basically indicates you have executed this program successfully. So that is the meaning of it. So this is an indication successful execution of the program. So this return 0 should be end of this program. Okay. So after return 0, no statement should be present like this. So this is a statement, this is a statement, right? We call them as a statements in C program. So no statement should present after return 0, that you remember. Now what is this program is doing? It is simply displaying hello world in the command prompt, right? Now, so the topic is structure of the program, structure of the C program. This we have already covered now. Basically, any C program, so you can do some exercise here before I move to this. You try to write a program where you are going to display the output to the console, the following, such as your name, class, roll number. You type that and try to print this into the output console. Next, let's see the topic structure of C program. So any C program usually contains, this is the preprocessor directive area, this area, just now we have seen, and there are function declarations. If we are using, don't worry about how to declare the functions. We'll see when we are dealing with a separate topic called functions. Then we have main function. This is the main function, and there are other user defined functions, right? So in this main function, again, you can see this indicates it's a comment. Whenever you start a statement with double forward slash, this indicates a comment. Okay, comment means what? These are not part of program, but they are they are intended to readability. Just to mention that what this particular program is doing, we are saying these are comments. They are not part of execution, right? Now main, after that, as I said, this opening brace and closing brace, there is a return, and these are first categories. Variable declaration comes. We'll tell you what is variable declaration, and then your statements, your logic comes here. So variable declarations followed by, so then statements, logic, then other. This is how program structure look like. Means always C program should be like this only. So you should have first stdio.h. Then if you are declaring some functions, you need to declare them after stdio.h, and then your main program starts. This we call it as even body of the program, and then after main program, other user defined functions. About functions, I'll explain you. There is a separate topic called functions. Don't worry now. right? For now you understand this structure, right? And the first you need to declare the variable, then only you have to write the logic. End of it return 0. This is an optional usually for some compilers, but try to use it. Now, so this we call it as, you can say, body of the function, this part between braces. So this we call it as a body of the function, right? And rest all is header and all we call it. Now, what is this variable declarations? I'll tell you what is the meaning of variable later on. So this section is every variables, as I said just now, we have seen in the flowchart, A, B, likewise some we are dealing, right? These are all the variables. So these variables before using must be declared. Declared when I say their data type, whether they are integer data type, whether they are float data type. I'll explain all these details. What are the different data type? There is a separate topic, right? I am introducing this concept. So those things you need to mention. Let us say int a comma b comma c. This you have to mention in the program before using in the rest of the program. Here you are using, right? So there, before that you need to declare them. Once you declare, so rest or next all are executable statements. These are the statements. Next part. So here is the core logic. Whatever the program you want to write, you will write the logic here. Usually it includes loops, conditions, calculations, all that stuff comes here. Printing, all that comes here in that. So this is how structure of the C program looks like.